Safe delivery of goods is the prayer of every producer. Likewise, safe arrival is the prayer of every passenger. Where visibility is hampered, then safe arrival can no longer be guaranteed, which explains the need for cars to have functional wipers, especially during the rainy season. Wipers wipe out moist and stains from the windscreen of all vehicles in order to give the driver sufficient visibility in the event of rainfall while on the road and to prevent veering off or colliding with other cars. It is important to not only have functional wipers but also ensure that our wipers are effective. Check your wiper blades today. Wipers constitute the basic minimum safety on the road.
The finals of the Men and Women African Cup of Nations. It's always frenetic. On days such as this, there are no tribes, no religion. Here, Nigerian warriors are out to represent, to show the skills that makes us the best. On days like this, the color is one. The color is green. When we get the job done, it is because we have stuck together. When we celebrate, we stand together. Nigerians, united in victory. We are Nigerians. We are one. NTA International News.
President Buhari promises to explore new opportunities in gas technology to transform Nigeria's economy. Federal government takes step to boost electricity supply, signs purchase agreement of over 1,000 megawatts. Nigeria develops national profile on occupational safety and health to protect workers from work hazards. Hello and welcome to NTA International News. I'm Nancy Godi Angonihu. President Muhammadu Buhari Thursday in Abuja says his administration will continue to welcome innovative ideas in the gas, technology and agricultural sectors to reposition the economy. Receiving the letter of credence of the High Commissioner of the Republic of India, Mr. Nagabhushana Reddy at the State House, President Buhari said Nigeria will strengthen cooperation with the Asian country on education, technology transfer, and military training. In a statement issued by the presidential spokesman, President Buhari said the relationship between Nigeria and India is a long one which predates Nigeria's independence, and as soon as the nation got its independence, it opened a mission in New Delhi. He said the strong relationship that had been established between Nigeria and India over the years could be further explored in creating a competitive edge and a mutual advantage for both countries in agriculture, trade, and skills transfer. In his remark, Reddy said the Indian government was looking forward to consolidating its relationship with the ministries of petroleum, agriculture, trade and investment, and power, housing and urban development for various projects. The Indian High Commissioner said the Indian Chamber of Commerce had already created a Nigerian chapter with a view to promoting trade, especially in the energy sector. President Buhari also received letters of credence from ambassadors from Gambia, Sri Lanka, and Iran. Now, a power purchase agreement of 1,125 megawatts of electricity through renewable source has been signed between the federal government and 14 companies. Mia Ogidi has more.
The current leadership of the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing made a commitment to diversify energy sources, especially in the renewable sector, where the northern part of Nigeria has a comparative advantage in solar and wind. Today, this commitment has been practically demonstrated as 14 companies have met the requirements to build solar power plants in 12 northern states and Enugu in the southeast at 11.5% tariff rate. The power plants are to be completed within 6 to 18 months, generating about 1,125 megawatts of electricity.
What we've negotiated right now is 11.5 cents per kilowatt hour. The total volume of investments we're expecting is $1.75 US, and the total capacity we're putting on the grid is 1.1 gigawatts of electricity.
So yes, we are going to deliver on this promise.
Delighted by the courage shown by the companies in embarking on these multi-billion naira power projects, Power, Works and Housing Minister Babatunde Fashola promised not to compromise standard and delay in delivery.
As we go towards the process of building, never to compromise the quality of construction. Within the next few months, incremental delivery of electricity onto the grid and into your communities.
For the Power, Works and Housing Minister, this will put a stop to Nigeria's reliance on only one source of energy. Mie Ogede, NTA News.
To achieve sustainable technological development, Nigerian scientists and engineers must acquire high-tech skills, capacities, and capabilities to operate and function effectively in the diverse areas of science, technology, and innovations. This assertion was made by the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, at a consultative meeting with an Israeli-based technology firm, Eleo Technology, which specializes in the production of security devices and technology-based defense equipment. Science correspondent Kirian Umayo reports.
Technology gap in Nigeria is more pronounced in the manufacturing sector, which relied on imported technology for decades. It is in realization of this yawning gap that the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, told science correspondents that through the ministry's Technology Transfer Initiative, any technological-based ventures that will create enabling environment for the nation to grow capacities in science, technology, and innovation will be encouraged.
You notice that when companies come in, they prefer to do their research and developmental work in their home countries. And then we don't benefit from the products of innovation. But they will bring in their technology, they will do research work here, they will do innovation work here, and then our people will benefit.
The representative of Eleo Technology, Israel, Biyama Meshita, is optimistic that the venture, when operational, will impact technical skills in Nigerian scientists and engineers that will enable them provide technological solutions to security and defense.
And we share the same vision. We know that technology, for all the advantages that it may bring, it can also serve as the economical growth engine to support activities, to bring wealth to the country.
Nigeria, analysts say, is in dire need of technology acquisition for successful diversification of the nation's economy. Kirian Umayo, NTA News.
Nigeria is joining the rest of the world to develop national profile on occupational safety and health in order to protect workers from work hazards and diseases. To this end, a 15-member technical committee led by the International Labour Organization, ILO, has been set up to adopt promotional framework for occupational safety in line with ILO Convention. Labour correspondent Emmanuel Anyimiro reports.
A national policy on occupational safety and health profile is a diagnostic document which summarizes the existing occupational safety situation, including national data on occupational accidents and diseases, high-risk industries, and also a description of the national system or its capacity on safety at work. Since the passage of the Employees Compensation Act of 2011, other bills on safety are still pending at the National Assembly. However, the National Tripartite Technical Committee is to determine the roadmap of drafting and finalizing the profile in line with Convention 187 of the ILO, which focuses on the continuous improvement on safety at work.
And therefore, today's occasion is very important towards making this first step towards documenting occupational health and safety standards, improving occupational health and safety standards for Nigerian workers.
I believe we shall bequeath to our nation a profile that is of global best standards.
The 15-member technical committee has since started work on the drafting of the National Occupational Safety and Health Profile. In Abuja, Emmanuel Ayemiru, NTA News.
All is now set for the official flag-off of the Abuja-Kaduna standard gauge railway line by President Muhammadu Buhari on the 26th of this month. Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi made this known at the final inspection test ride of the project. Oyenaya Kalwaka reports.
The test ride, which took off from the Idu station in Abuja at about 8:55 in the morning, traversed the Nigerian Railway Corporation stations in Kubwa, Asham and Jere in Kaduna states.
We are set. From the things you have seen, don't you think we are ready to go? First, this train has run for more than a month. You remember the last time we came here, we said to run for 2 weeks. But we let the train run for a month plus 2 weeks. But we say from Tuesday, after the president must have commissioned, we will then begin to charge passengers.
Also on the ride was the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, who described the ride as impressive.
This is the beginning and only a small taste of the future that awaits this nation.
The acting managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Fidet Okaire, said the speed, which is currently 90 km per hour, would be improved upon to 150 km per hour, which is the expected duration upon completion of the fencing to avoid accidents.
Major challenge is the cow crossing the track, and there is going to be perimeter fencing in some strategic locations, and you have to give room for people to adapt and adjust.
Construction for the Abuja-Kaduna rail line started in 2011, and now it has 9 stations. Abuja residents are advised to board from the Kubwa station before the completion of the Abuja light rail, which will now connect them. From the Idu station in Abuja, Oyinaya Kalo Oka, NTA News.
The National Human Rights Commission has set up a 4-man panel of inquiry to investigate allegations of genocide and destruction of property belonging to Tarok community in Wase local government area of Plateau State by officers and men of the Nigerian Army. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Bem Angwe, made this known while speaking in Abuja. Lydia Bassi reports.
Chairperson of the panel is Emily Herbert, while members are A.A. Yakubu, Olaniyi Omodara, and Wahab Oyedoku. The Executive Secretary enjoined the panel to strictly adhere to overriding principles of fair hearing as contained in Section 36 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended.
The constitution of this panel of inquiry is therefore a first step to be taken by the Commission towards the enforcement of the rights of these community members when this investigation proves that such rights are being violated.
Their terms of reference include to ascertain which persons or agencies were or are involved in such acts or any other acts or violations alleged in the complaint, and also undertake any other assignment necessary or incidental to the inquiry.
I am here with promising you that we are going to carry out this investigation with all due diligence.
It is estimated that the panel will conclude its assignment within the next 2 months. From the National Human Rights Commission in Abuja, Lydia Bassi, NTA News.
The Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NATI, says transparency and accountability in the management of resources are key to transforming the country's abundant natural resources to improve the lives of the people. The Executive Secretary of the agency, Waziri Adio, gave the indication when he visited the Voice of Nigeria headquarters in Abuja as a way to deepen NATI relationship with the media. Justin Bemunyi was there.
Nigeria A country endowed with oil and gas and rich solid mineral resources, statistics show has an unacceptable level of poverty rate and other indicators of development. This, experts say, is attributed to a gross mismanagement of these resources without caution in the past. The Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NEITI, whose duty involves auditing the oil and solid mineral sectors to ensure transparency and accountability, is optimistic that if these reports are published and disseminated appropriately to citizens, the government and relevant companies will be held accountable. It is now taking a step to strengthen partnership with the media in that regards.
So we want a situation where our output will become an input to your own work, and we'll be able to explain to people better. We'll be able to arm people with information that they can use to ask questions. And we can also post information in the public space for policymakers to see how they can do things differently.
The Voice of Nigeria, VON, a government agency with the mandate of projecting Nigeria beyond its shores, believes that the partnership is a step towards showcasing the present prudent management of the extractive industry to the outside community to woo investors.
We can aid our activities to the international community for the good of our own country, because if the outsiders are aware that the extractive industry is being well monitored, it will encourage foreign direct investment. It will restore confidence to the outside world.
The Voice of Nigeria promised it will avail NEITI, its platform, for the dissemination of its activities to the public. Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
Acting Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris has called for peace in the country, stressing that reprisal attacks must be discouraged. The acting IGP, in a statement, has directed the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations, Habila Joshak, to proceed to Plateau State with immediate effect to ensure arrest of the killers of Chief Lazarus Agai, the traditional ruler of Bukas, who was murdered in his way from a farm alongside his wife, son, and police orderly. Describing the act as barbaric, Ibrahim Idris says the perpetrator will be fished out to face the wrath of the law. He says the Nigeria police will leave no stone unturned in arresting the culprits, but need the collaboration of everyone with useful information without overheating the already tensed security challenges the country is going through. Meanwhile, the spokesman for Operation Safe Haven in Plateau State, Captain Ikechi Iweha, has confirmed the imposition of a dusk-to-dawn curfew in Bukas to avert the breakdown of law and order in the area. You're watching news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. More reports when we return.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the YouReport link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
The National Association of Nigeria Students, NANS, has thrown its weight behind the present administration's education policy and anti-graft crusade. The acting president, Prince Miafem, gave this indication at a press briefing to address the fallout of the aborted 31st NAN convention, stating that a new convention will be held in the next 6 weeks. Fatima Aliyu reports.
The press conference seeks to present facts on the aborted 31st convention of the association held in Gombe State between 14 and 18 of July 2016, which was reportedly characterized by violence and alleged complexities on the part of security personnel. The acting president, flagged by 4 zonal coordinators of the association, after due consultations with aspirants and other relevant stakeholders, expressed commitment to a free, transparent and credible elections within the next 6 weeks.
Whereas the substantive date and venue would be announced
for the 31st Nantes Convention within 10 days from the date of this press briefing.
Prince Miafen also described as welcome development the scrapping of the post-UMTE by the federal government.
We use this opportunity to call on those our brothers that are busy blowing our pipelines, that they should resort to embracing peace so that Mr. President will have all the opportunities to develop the region. He's the president for all.
Nantes, a democratic umbrella body of over 40 million Nigerian students and diaspora, came into being about 53 years ago. In Abuja, Fatima Ali, NTA News.
In the same vein, some youth groups have flagged off a national campaign aimed at reorientating Nigerians towards embracing unity and togetherness. The campaign was launched in support of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration's drive to foster unity in the wake of crisis.
We want to see a Nigeria where young people see the problem of the Niger Delta as the problem of Nigeria, not just the problem of the Niger Delta. Not because it affects our economy, but because we are one people under one nation. And it's just a moral responsibility of all of us to come together to discuss it.
It's very complicated. We need to know actually what the problems really are. I'm very much delighted with the fact that the organic cleanup has commenced. I think that's a huge leap towards that.
The youth inputs are being required to find a lasting solution to the challenges of the Niger Delta region, which is not even a challenge to the Niger Delta region, which is a collective challenge to Nigeria and Nigerians as a whole.
And Nigerians have been urged to support and participate in the President Buhari's change agenda, as this will enhance peaceful coexistence in the country. This came to the fore at the public presentation and launch of the book titled Buhari Administration Change Agenda Volume 1. Obiageli Ugwoke completes the story.
The 313-page book is a compendium of speeches by the president and activities of his administration, as contained in the three-point agenda of corruption, national security, and economy. The author, Tanu Idris, says it provides an in-depth appraisal of the policies, programs, and actions of President Muhammadu Buhari.
I have been documenting governments in Nigeria, and this is a continuation of it, because I don't want a missing link in the historical journey of Nigeria government.
The book also provides platforms for assessing Buhari's administration and effort being made to attain the grand objectives of the change agenda.
A good number of times we don't remember to do it. We don't remember to put in paper the historical perspective of a great thing that happened in this country. Whether we like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not, there is a train of change.
The book, Buhari Administration Change Agenda Volume 1, stands as reference point for the study of Nigerian politics, national development, as well the activities of the judiciary in the area of decisions on electoral petitions. Obiageli Ugwoke, NTA News.
It's time for business news, and Olayinka Ojo is our guide.
Welcome to Business News. International Monetary Fund says Nigeria's economy, the biggest in Africa, is likely to contract by 1.8% this year. The Washington-based lender cut its 2016 growth forecast for Nigeria from 2.3% projected in April, according to its World Economic Outlook updates released. The projection for next year was reduced to 1.1% from 3.5%. British Finance Minister Philip Hammond welcomed official figures on Thursday, showing public borrowing falling by a greater than expected amount, saying it showed the strength of the economy. Public borrowing in June fell to £7.8 billion from £10.0 billion a year earlier. U.S. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew on Thursday said it is important for Greece to make progress on budget and economic reforms, adding this would help unlock European debt relief and boost growth in struggling Greek economy. Jack Lew, at a conference with Greek finance minister, said that Greece needed to make headway on the next set of milestone due in October. Before we go, a quick check at closing figures on the floor of the stock markets. And that's it on the business segment of the news. I am Olayinka Ojo.
On the sports scene, Nigeria is set to confront Sudan in return leg of 2017 CAF Under-20 qualifier Saturday in Lagos as Court of Arbitration for Sports rejects Russia's appeal against the exclusion of its athletes from Rio. Kene Mabodike brings us updates on sports.
Coach Emmanuel Amuneke says the Flying Eagles are set to take on their Sudanese counterparts in the return leg of the 2017 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier Saturday at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos. The team, which played a 2-2 draw against Remo FC in a friendly midweek in Lagos, go into Saturday's game with a 2-1 advantage earned in the first leg a fortnight ago in Khartoum.
Football is all about attacking and defending, and what matters is how the players collectively can be able to transmit and read the game, that the game against the opponent, and also make the best opportunity that comes their way.
Nigeria's D Tigers lost 79 to 101 points to Argentina in their second exhibition game in Las Vegas Thursday. D Tigers had earlier beaten their opponents 96 to 92 points in their first meeting on Tuesday and the build-up to the forthcoming Olympics in Rio. Meanwhile, Nigeria's longest-serving basketballer and team captain Olumide Oyedeji shockingly announced his withdrawal from the Rio Olympics midweek, citing personal reasons. Nigeria Basketball Federation says it respects Oyedeji's decision and commends him for his dedication and sacrifice for Nigeria and world basketball. The Court of Arbitration for Sport says it has rejected Russia's appeal against the exclusion of 8 track and field athletes from the 2016 Rio Olympics, which starts on August 5.
As a consequence, the Russian Olympic Committee is not entitled to nominate Russian track and field athletes for the Olympic Games unless they fulfill these specific criteria.
The affair has triggered a crisis in world sport, with Russian President Vladimir Putin speaking of the risk of a split in the Olympic movement. With Sports Update, Kenen Imabodike, NTA News.
Friday's weather prospect is next on some Nigerian and world cities. And the weather forecast brings the news to an end. Thank you for watching.
our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
Let me share with you some secrets. Aim high, dream big, work harder, and believe in yourself. Hello, welcome to the program Path to Pinnacle. I am Jamila Benzis Biyangum. I'm excited to be with you on the program today. Our curtain raiser on the program is the Innocent Mind segment. Enjoy.
Clarity. Possibilities. Change.
Hello, good day. Procrastination. What is it? It's a thief of time. It's that thing that makes you say, I'll do it soon. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. Or I'll do it very, very soon. With procrastination, you eat away at your destiny. You eat away at your future. You eat away at your tomorrow. And yet, it is not very apparent. It is not very obvious that you are eating away into your tomorrow. You are eating away into your time. You are eating away into the future. The future is not tomorrow. The future starts now. And so if you look at every single minute and every single time and every single moment that is lost for things you could have handled now that you shifted away to later, you'd have seen how much you have lost that you are not simply even aware of. And so I challenge you today as you listen to begin to become that person who will be in the driving seat of your own life. Decide to grab the steering wheel of your life and steer it in the direction that you desire, in the direction that you deserve. If you don't do it, no one else will do it for you. I hope to see you soon, and I'm hoping that you would use what I said today as a steering wheel to steer your life away from complete mediocrity.
Clarity. Possibilities. Change.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pat to Pinnacle with Jamila and Tuba Badea. So one love, man. Thank you very much.
You're onto the program Path to Pinnacle, and the segment is Inspiration for Influence. Today, I have with me a young artist in the house. He started his music career from the city of Jos. The whole world is celebrating this young person. Join me as I welcome MI, Mr. Incredible, to the program. You're welcome.
Thank you.
MI, as a person, what do you feel that has really gotten you to where you are today in the industry you are?
Foundation, J-Town, growing up with a proper musical background, Panam Percy Paul, Damara Jos, Daps, Jeremiah Gare. That's the foundation that we come from. And when I talk of these people, there are many more. Bola Debisi, James O. James,